Out by their captain, Owen Romo. And be looking for a solid game from Owen today. Sure he'll show his true leadership skills. Keen to see how young Will Stewart goes. His first time in the SG Ball squad. Been named as 19th man the last couple of weeks. And has hung in there. So out come the Cronulla Sharks. And Max McCarthy, the captain, leads them out. Another De-La boy. For those that are not from the area, De-La Salle, one of the junior clubs for many years. Always had plenty of representatives. There used to be a saying, if you play for De-La, you get a pick for the Sharks. But that's not always true. There's a lot of local juniors in this team. In fact, there's 8 from the 2022 Harold Match Grand Final team playing here today. So credit to the Sharks as they develop their local juniors. So referee Ryan Micallef in the centre on a steamy Saturday afternoon. Round 3 at Shark Park. Does it get any better? So to start us off, the Raiders, they send it down deep. And right off the back fence, this looks like Lockie Arulio, and he's met with some solid defence early. But talk about tough as nails. If you add up toughness against the kilos and the size of the guy, he's got plenty. So they go one off the ruck now. As they sort of try and make their way out of the danger zone. A little bit of interference around the ruck there. Referee Micallef lets it go early. Sometimes they like to make a bit of a statement and blow their whistle early, but right now he's just letting the game flow a bit. Oh, and cop that. And he bounces straight out of that, the Canberra defender. 4 in there, but the Sharks certainly got the better end of that through McCarthy, the captain. And oh, another solid hit. And he bounced off there like a basketball on a basketball hoop. Like a rule out. Look at him. He's up looking for the next play. So there's a penalty there because someone was in front of the kicker, and I think it might have been Lockie Arulio after his big run up the middle and met with some solid defence. So the first penalty is going to the Raiders, and they've got an opportunity here just past the halfway inside the Sharks half. So nice big run there to start us off for the Raiders. Elvis Noel Wood, I think that was, in there, big unit, come from Land of the Giants. So they'll go to this western edge now. Not much doing there, wrapped up by Arulio again. Now they'll go 2 to the left, and they're all over. Skips the halfback. Comes off a Cocciotti pass. So Cocciotti shoots it out. This time they go 2-3 wide. And there's some metres there by Toyotola. And he'll get up for a quick play of the ball. Little dummy to the left, but comes to the right out of dummy half. And here he goes again. I like this big unit here, Elvis Noel Wood. I'm telling you, he come from Land of the Giants. He's about 6'7". And there's a nice barging run, and he's gone straight over for the Sharks. Try line defence, got right under him. So there's a held up play, but they've crossed the line early. And looks like Will Stewart was under there. And one of the other Sharks players got a little bit ginger. In fact, he hasn't even got up. But Will Stewart showing his experience early from Harold Matson. He's got right under that kid and saved a try. So the trainers will come out there. And if you didn't hear earlier, Will Stewart's on debut for his first game in SG Ball, that is. And same with Cooper Henne, nephew of Josh Henne. So I'm keen to see how they go. So that was Lockie Arulio. I think it just got up. He was injured. But he's up, so that's good news. So here they go. A little tap through here by Skips. But it doesn't go where he wanted it to go. And the Sharks in possession. So they'll come in front of their sticks, off their try line now. And they're 10 metres in front centre field. And there's a first penalty to them. And that'll be some cheap metres for them to get out of there. So Bryce Sate says, let me better that. And he manages to better it by about another 5 or 10 metres. Touchy puts his flag up there. They need to go quick tap, and there's no ball boys over there. Saw a couple of young fellas down there before running the ball boy, but only on the western touchline. So here they go. Quick tap to start us. And there's a settle there from the Sharks take us up almost 10 metres from the halfway. Here they go to the left now. 2 runs, but some solid defence again. That Nora Woods in there. So too, Romo, the captain. Now they go to the right. Nice shuffle. Unmarked winger finds himself into a bit of space. And some nice ball movement early there from Sate onto Akora Williams. Of course, that's Bulldogs winger Jason Williams' son. Oh, and there's a nice solid run and met with some solid defence. Our boy Alex Challoner. So they'll come out of dummy half now. Saunders feeds it on. Will Stewart looks to inject but doesn't get the ball. He goes a short one instead. And that's a 5th and last. They're just inside the halfway now with an opportunity. They send it to the sky through Sate. It's got plenty of hang time on it. Oh, no pressure. And finds himself straight into a Sharks defender. And the Raiders will start their fresh set right there on the 30-metre mark with a chance to bring it out now. So they come one wide. And plenty of people still here. They mightn't be in your vision, but I can tell you in this Western grandstand, both up and low, there's plenty in there. So there's another penalty from Micallef. He's trying to let the kids know what the terms are, or the young men I should say, what terms he wants them to play their footy with. So there's some cheek meters for them, and they've just made 20. So I'm sure Dave Howlett, the coach of the Sharks, will have a couple of words about that one, about discipline, giving away cheap penalties. So here's a hit up right now. This is Hine, and he's taken him straight up to the 30. So Cacchiotti in the dummy half. He sends it to Skips. Skips finds a runner, Halea, and he finds one of the Canberra players edge back row straight off his left hip. Meanwhile, a little dart out of dummy half again from the 5'8". Alia. Ethan Alia. I hope that's the correct pronunciation. Got a try last week. Now they'll come back to the right. This is Norwood, the big fella. Look at this. Hard to contain. So some try line defence. Urgency required here by the Sharks. Goes himself from dummy half. Gets down low. And does he get there? The ref has a good look at it and says no. Hurled up again. Xavier Cacchiotti. Well, he could sniff a bit of white line fever there, couldn't he? But the Sharks, they weren't falling for that little trick. So here they go now. They send it out. Skips gets it. Goes to the corner. Oh, and he nearly takes it, but a little bit too deep there. And that winger came charging through on this western edge for the Canberra Raiders. And he's appealing to the linesman about something. So, yeah, unfortunately, he couldn't get his hands to it. That's Petrosivovic. Isaiah Petrosivovic. A little bit of a mouthful there, but we'll get to it. And the Sharks now, as they make their way up, 30 metres out, diffuse that last raid by the Raiders, but there's some solid defence. They shoot up early. A few appealing for a penalty. Stewart gets his hands on the ball, has a little dart. Oh, and he's upended, but taking him to a safe spot. Haven't kissed him into the grass. Here they go again. The Sharks now, right on the halfway. Opportunities left and right. This time they go to the right. They send it to the sky. Again through Sate. And a bit of hang time. And the referee, the Raiders winger there, Lizioni, he's dealt with both those raids so far. Oh, some solid defence again. So still anyone's game. 0-0. We're just over 6 minutes into the first half. And there's a nice bit of defence. Shot out of the line early. Ashton Simmons, D-Lar boy, the number 6 for the Sharks, shoots out and shuts that one down. So here they go, looking for a bit of action around the ruck, and a nice solid tackle. William Saunders straight up under it, and he's not happy, the big fella. He's not happy at all. Nailed the captain right under his ribs. And the lock forward from the Raiders, well, he had a bit to say about it. Young Will Saunders, he got the last laugh on that. So the Sharks probably in their best position so far since the game started. They shoot it out of dummy half. Saunders shoots it across. Stewart's got his hands on it. Good offload, finds it into his centre and then onto the wing there. But good sliding defence. Whalebone goes to ground. They bring it back now. This time through Simmons. He finds a runner. And there's centre field options left and right. Sate gets his hand on it. Goes, there's a gap in the middle. He looks, he goes off the left, but he's shut down by the Canberra Raiders defence. So now they'll keep going. Back through Simmons, a little tap through. Bit of a kick chase, but it's knocked over. Good pressure. Building pressure. And that northern end there, near the Quest Family Hill. Of course, the Quest just came on board with the Sharks. A beautiful, lovely gold Quest that's been built here as part of the new Woolooware Bay development. And you can see they're sponsors of the Family Hill. They're major partners of the NRLW and also the short sponsors of the NRL. So great to have their support here. So here goes Lockie Aurelio as he winds up and makes a quick 15 metres and catches them all napping. So options here for Saunders. Goes to the left. Simmons finds a runner. Gray marches down a few more. Wrapped up by Skips. The Canberra half. Now they'll come back to this short edge. So they look for a little bit of a raid, but slipped there from Gabriel, and they tell me, I watched him play in round one. Geez, he had a good game, scored a few tries from memory. So here they go, back this short side again, but there's nothing doing the Raiders. Scramble defence. Saunders finds Sate. And they go to ground on the fifth and last. So a couple of metres out just in front of the sticks. They send one off the ruck. And Sate finds a runner. So they didn't get the repeat set, but they certainly got some good field position and hopefully building some pressure. If they can cause a handover here, it'll certainly be to their benefit. The Canberra Raiders now with a bit of work to do. And they're wrapped up just on the 30. So a nice quick couple of settles there. They'll come back to the western sideline. And Petrovic is absolutely wrapped up. Now they go to Skip. Skip has a look to the outside edge and he puts Petrovic back into some space. He looks inside, dummy kicks. He gets ankle tap last minute, but he's not put to ground, so he manages to get up. Bit of second phase play, and the fullback, Braden Darmody, BJ Darmody chimes in all of a sudden. So here they go, quick run, they go the short side, they go through Skips, he finds a pass, throws it to his winger and he's over. And Isaiah Petrosevic goes over and opens the scoring here. And the SG ball, round 3 clash, it's Canberra 4, Sharks 0. Well, they just kept working that short side, but the Sharks didn't complete their tackles, so Canberra just kept it alive. And from that, they were able to get the ball up and get the quick play the ball, and then they sent it across to this right wing, and then Skip's got his hand on it, just did the quick cutout, and despite the little juggle there, the number 2, Isaiah Petrosevic, goes in the corner for the Canberra Raiders. It opens their account at 4 points to 0. Kick right here, right on the sideline. Bit of a hard ask for BJ Darmody, Braden, they call him BJ. Kicked one from 4 last week. Chance now to send it to 6. And he's about, as you can see, 22 out on the western touchline. Canberra first out of the blocks. And he's got plenty on that and looks real nice, as you would have seen from that lovely vision from Peter, our cameraman. Well done, and converts it. So it's 6 to Canberra, the Sharks 0. In our round 3 clash, the New South Wales Rugby League SG ball. Glad to have your company wherever you're watching or listening, around the country or across the globe on our live stream. So they play it safe and send it back inside. Skip sends a nice big one over there, I think to Samuel Hine. He'll get up and play it there, but they're laying all over him, so a penalty. Max McCarthy, the captain, he's been penalised, and I'm sure the coach, Dave Howlett, have something to say about that at half-time. That's twice they've given him cheek meters. I mean, he's just kicked at 30. So they've gone from a bit of pressure in their danger zone to a nice fresh set of 6 the other side of the halfway. So the Raiders now beat their way in up to the 40 in the Sharks half. Shoot it out, Cacchiotti. Here's the captain, Romo. Owen Romo, he goes to ground. This time they'll come back, short side, have a look. They run a little decoy runner, and geez, he's strong, isn't he? Tuiali, the number 4. So Cacchiotti sends it out again, this time through Skips. He scoops across, throws a little kick through, and he picks it up. Ethan Alian, it goes over, and it's all the Canberra Raiders. At 10 points to 0, the Sharks caught him napping. Well, if that wasn't a planned move, they've obviously practiced that one at training. So they went the short side. And then before you know it, Cacchiotti darts out a dummy half, sends it to the half, Skips, and the defensive line was up really quick. And then next thing you know, there's no one at the back. So he just goes straight through Ethan Alian and gets himself a try. Canberra 10, bottom of the table, conceded 98 points. Oh, what a turnaround early. Well done. Their coach Peter Maripodi will be very happy with their start. We're 15 minutes into the first half, and I can tell you, it's starting to cool down finally. I was looking at the radar there earlier, just to see when this thundery might actually hit at their forecast. And I think we're safe, at least for the first half. Having a quick look at the radar, I don't think we've got anything to worry about just yet. So Braden Darmody with a nice position here. He's just left of the upright, only about 15 out. And he sends that well into the Monty Porter stand. So it's the Canberra Raiders 12, 2 solid converted tries, and the Sharks yet to score. And the SG Ball Cup is proudly sponsored by the University of New England, one of Australia's great learning and research universities. You can head to une.edu.au for more information. So the Sharks send it down deep, and the Raiders again play it safe and send it to the middle. No one ends up going over that touchline, and they'll take it there for the first one on the 20. Ooh, a little bit of a juggle there from your big mate, Noya Wood. He tries to get the quick play of the ball, a bit hard when you're on your back, but there's a nice little dart out of dummy half. And Cacchiotti has been dictating his terms around the ruck there. So this time Skips, belted too. And he actually felt every bit of that. I think that was Skips, the halfback, who copped an absolute solid hit. And that was courtesy of Farrell Gray, the number 12 in the Sharks. It was well timed. I don't think it was late. He was committed to the tackle. So the Sharks now through Stewart, they managed to offload that one. He diffuses that nice bomb there. And they'll earn himself a cheap penalty also. So they'll manage to get some cheap meters out of this one. But I can tell you, the Canberra Raiders player is still down in the background here. He's a little bit ginger. And I think it's Keane Skips. Is it Keane? Keane Skips. Definitely the half, number 7. Yeah, right up into him. Right up under his ribs. So it's time off and they're called a drinks break, which they've been calling today. The referees and the officials are allowed to do that. Might be a good opportunity to tell you about the Blatchies Blues. the tickets are on sale now. Don the famous blue T-shirt and wig and join the most passionate supporter base in sport. And you can secure your seat simply by heading to the New South Wales Rugby League.com.au website. That's New South Wales Rugby League.com.au/origin/tickets. Join the Blatchies Blues today and get your tickets ready for Origin. Welcome if you've just joined us, and wherever you're watching the broadcast from, across the New South Wales Rugby League live stream. If you didn't hear earlier, there is a thunderstorm forecast, currently 28, a little bit humid. There's a thunderstorm forecast during this game, 70% chance according to my weather app. So here's a nice quick tap and go. Michael Gabriel, they tell me he's on the NRL radar, had an absolute blinder, 3 tries in round 1. Absolutely carved him up against the Tigers. Geez, he looked good. So here, a little bit of shuffle and a bit of panic, and Raiders are up, but they managed to get themselves a little bit of scramble play through Stewart. So he's had plenty of touches, Stewart. He's really injected for a guy that was called up late. Replacing Adrian Sandy, who has been in fullback for a couple of weeks. And, he's certainly keen to get involved, young Stewart. Now they'll come back towards the middle. They come back against the grain underneath, this time through Alex Challoner, Dealer boy. Saunders out of dummy half, finds a runner there too, as they march their way down. So they're just the other side of the 40 now. Opportunity here. This time they go to Sate. Sate sends it up, and this is Empaso. He's diffused everything, but a bit of confusion this time. Bit of confusion between Empaso and I think it might have been the fullback. But he managed to knock it back, so that's all good there. And the Canberra Raiders are going to come off the try line, but they certainly... A little bit of confusion about who's going to have the next hitter. Come on, boys, put your hands up. The forwards need a breather. So a couple of backs charging down there. Give a couple of quick hit-ups take one for the team, as they say. So the Raiders, almost up to the 30. Quick play the ball. Injured earlier, but he's back up. This is Skips. So Cacchiotti sends it out. And Alia, the try scorer, says, let's just get it down there. And Stewart, bang, on the spot, on target, puts it straight down his bread basket. And boom! Oh, well, he met a shoulder there, didn't he? What about the shoulder coming in from Tuali? Well, Tuali's got about 30 kilos on him. Will Stewart, he's back up. He's not going to let that worry him. Meanwhile, they make their way up towards the halfway. Back to the middle. Looks like they've just brought some fresh replacements on. And I'll tell you what, he felt every bit of that shoulder. That's the big number 11, Monaco Puatua. He's just come on fresh off the interchange. And meanwhile, Bryce Sates decided to take him on himself. So he goes to the back. And the Raiders, they beat one. They beat Sate. He gets through 2. He nearly gets away. Darmody gets taken down there. This time they'll shoot out of there. They'll go left. Empaso. Oh! He bumps off one of the Sharks defenders there. I think it was the captain. As they try and march their way up to the halfway. So Canberra in front. It's 12-0 and we're about 20 minutes into the first half. Round 3. It's the 10th place Sharks up against the 16th place Raiders. Here they go, they're working this western edge again. A little bit of a step and a jink. And out, Coach Killer right near the end of that set. So someone was held back out of the play or tackled early by the look of that signal from referee Mikulev. And, well, that one's on report. That one's on report. So that signal might have been something to do with a grapple or, I don't know, hip drop, I don't know. Don't know that signal, not a referee, my apologies. But what I can tell you, it's the Raiders now with an opportunity here. This is Nash. Nash takes it 10 metres out. Sharks have got to lift. Cacchiotti in the dummy half, finds a runner. Nice, goes all the way to the middle there through Hine goes down. Cacciotti's there. Looks like they're going to run a decoy. They come underneath against the grain, and the number 4, he gets down low and gets there. Tui Ali. And the referee blows to the spot. That's all the Raiders are 16 points to 0. Well, they fooled them all. There was a forward stand and one off the ruck there. And Cacciotti did the big sell like he was going to get it. So did that forward. And then, of course, from the western edge, he just swept around the number 4, Tuiali. And bang, just came underneath and got down low and caught the Sharks napping. 16 points to 0. With a kick to come. So, yeah, they just brought him underneath and it worked. The Sharks will be a little bit disappointed going into the sheds, and we've still got 6 or 7 minutes into this first half. And a kick now for BJ Darmody, just to the right of the upright. And the Sharks, well, they've won one, lost one. And a little bit of soul searching right now for the Sharks. They've gone into the huddle. The trainer's made them link arms. And there's deep breaths all round. 1 win, 1 loss. And the Raiders have come here with 98 points against them. And they're in front right now. What a turnaround. What a great turnaround. They turned up in Mats. And they turned up in the Taja Gale. And right now, Darmody's turning the heat up by converting that. So that makes it 18 against the Sharks 0, and Darmody's 3 from 3. Well, it helps when they're nice and close, doesn't it, to the sticks. So the Sharks to start us off, they send it down deep. From a Nakora Williams kick there. Boom, nice big solid start, nice run back there from the Raiders. And here we go. Now the boys have moved in. The Cavalry's turned up. Said, let's put them to ground and let's lift. The trail 16 points to 0. The Sharks here. Round 3. Almost up to the 30, the Raiders. Let's head towards the eastern touchline. This time through Romo, their captain. Left edge again. Look for that short side play. And manages to get through 1, 2, breaks into 3. They just got a hand to him. And geez, an absolute try saver there by the Sharks, because it was try time, and they've got to scramble their defence, the Sharks. I mean, the backs are in there doing all the work. Saw Bryce Satan there trying to save the day. So that's a 5th and last. And you can see they're half a metre out. What do they go for? They're going to go to Skips. He's looking for something. He steps off the right. But well read there by the Sharks. As William Saunders, I think he shot out of the line there, the number 9. And he managed to defuse that situation. So pressure's off. Could have been more points for the Raiders. Well read there by Saunders. The Sharks now trying to just roll on up the field here. There's another big hit. Jeez, he's been good today. Tuiali, hasn't he? Got himself a try. Good in defence. So the Sharks getting turned around again there in their defence. They're just not winning the ruck with the quick play of the ball. Oh, another big shot from Tuiali. He's nailed about 4 or 5 Sharks players in this half. He's left his shoulder imprinted on a couple of them. So that's a 5th and last. They managed to get up to the 40. They need to get it right out of here. So Simmons says, well, give it to me, and I'm going to send it right downtown. So they let that one bounce. Darmody gets his hands on and gives it to his winger, the try scorer, Petrosivic. And Petrosivic manages to get it up there. There's a little bit of push and shove, and they're almost come running in from everywhere, the Raiders. But come on, boys. Open the valve and let the steam out of that one. This is Empaso, when he manages to get back to the middle. He made 2 metres and ran 10, but he's got it in the centre. They're gone for the quick play of the ball. They give it to Skips. Skips throws it out to the wing. That's where it had to go, but it's missed the target. Missed the target. If he hits that with a bit of pace. The number 2 there, Isaiah Petrosevic. If he hits that with pace, it's try time. But not to be. So the Sharks with an opportunity. We're 25 minutes into the first half, and he just got absolutely hammered. The number 14 has come on, Daniel Luca from Aquinas Colts player. He needs to get down low and just drive his legs, but the Canberra defence is picking them up, burying them, aren't they? So the Sharks now, options left and right. They go to the right. Here's a barnstorming run. He came off the interchange. Monaco Paiatua. This time, dummies left, goes right, gets it to Sate. Sate finds a runner. This time through Jasper Catton. Had a good game last week. Got himself a try. Here they go. They send it out to the left this time. It's gone to Simmons. Simmons looks for a runner. Comes back in. Through their centre. He decides to tap it through. Gabriel looking to create something. But it's gone just a little bit dead. So they're going to sprint to the 22 for a quick tap. And the Sharks need to get back. There's a few players there. For a quick tap restart. And a 7-tackle set. So they'll start their 6 again right there. March their way up to the 40 already. Oh, and there's a mistake. There's an unforced error there from Xavier Cacciotti. And in all fairness, he's been good around the ruck, but that one, he was just thinking about where he was going. And I can see there's a little bit heated out there. A couple of the boys having a little bit to say against each other. Watching these two centres, I'm looking forward to them having a little bit of a match-up here. So there's plenty being said out there at the moment between the two centres. And that's Nakora Williams from the Sharks, and I think it's Toi Ali, the try scorer, that he's marking. So here they come. They come to the left edge. And the Sharks, well, they'll go to ground there through Gray. 2 tries round 1, 1 try in last week's game against the Eels. They need one right now. They trail 18 points to 0. It's been all Canberra. The Sharks can't break the line. He's safe. That's better. Nice play. Manages to run through. Hits a hole with a bit of pace. And Williams goes for the quick play of the ball, and they get a penalty out of it. That's a bit better from the Sharks, a bit better energy. So player held down, so they'll get a fresh set here. They'll go the quick tap. They send it back through Simmons. Settle there from Paiatua. This time they come to the left. Simmons again gets his hands on the ball. Finds a run up at Canberra. We're all over Farrell Gray. And there's the same penalty again. At what stage does he pull someone out, Micallef, and say, listen, there's too many of these fellas. Someone's going to have a little rest in a minute. But I'm not a ref, and I'm certainly not going to tell a ref how to do his job. So they'll go the quick tap. They want to keep the momentum up here, the Sharks. They really need to get some points on the board heading into this halftime break, which isn't too far away. They're 10 metres out now, just left of the upright on the western touchline. They'll flick it out to the right. They head towards the east. This time Sate sends it on. Stewart passes it on and they end up going over in the corner. And Richard Whalebone gets himself one. And the Sharks are finally on the board at 18 points to 4. Well, that was just nice. Catch and pass, and they're building pressure. Third set of 6. Something had to give. So the Sharks finally get themselves on the board late in the first half. By a simple catch and pass and some nice play directed out to the right. Stewart chimed into that back line, and I think that just created... They all had to go and pick a defender. So it created the overlap. And then, of course, Williams finished it onto the winger. Richard Whalebone, 3 tries in round 1 when they beat the Tigers, 44-18. They had a field day. So a kick right over on the eastern touchline here. Big ask for the Sharks, but 18 points to 4. An enthusiastic ground announcers decided to start playing a bit of beeps. for the halfback just before he's about to kick it for a conversion. He might be celebrating a bit early, a little early celebratory. And it goes over by Safe. Well done. Let's hear a bit of Beeves, he says. So the ground announcer will pump up the Justin Bieber. Sade will run back and go, how good's that? He's kicked it from the sideline. It's 18 points to 6. Sharks on the comeback. We've got about 3 minutes remaining in this first half. So Raiders to start it. They need to send it deep here. See if they can stay on top. 18 points to 6. Some fresh energy from the Sharks now. Let's see. Oh, solid. Solid hit. I think that was Cooper Henne on debut. Jeez, had every bit of that shoulder, didn't he? Farrell Gray, he takes a few metres as well. So now they shoot it out. This time through Gabriel. Like I said, I came and watched round 1 and he was having a field day. He looked real good. So now nice metres up the middle here for the Sharks. They take it up to the halfway. Tries to milk a penalty out of it. Piatua, but referee Micallef says no. And Canberra on the back foot now. 10 metres the other side of the halfway, the Sharks. And here he goes. He finds an offside marker and scrambles through there, Saunders. They shoot it to the left this time. They run that short edge, but they just got the execution of that. Not too good, and Simons has to take it to ground. So now Sate goes himself, looks for the line, takes it to the line. He's not hurled, but he thinks he is. So now he goes for a quick play the ball. They have a look, comes inside on debut. This is Henne. He gets about 2 metres out from the line. That's a fifth and last. Sharks with another opportunity now. They send it to Sate. Cut out ball. It's a nice one. Williams goes to ground. So that's the end of that set. And it's a nice field position. Thought they might have come up with some points on that last play. There was a nice ball there from Sate. That cut-out pass was a bullet to Williams. So the Raiders now, they'll make their way back towards the centre. Almost up to the 20, get out of the danger zone. We've only got a minute or so remaining in the first half. Referee Micallef says, get back on side, and there's some blokes, mate. They're feeling the pinch of this humidity, 80-odd% of it. Thundery forecast, but it's hanging off. There's a penalty. So, cheap penalty given away there. That'll get them out of the danger zone. Skip says, let me take the quick kick. He betters it. He ups the ante by another 20 metres. So, a quick tap here now. They want to play on with it, the Raiders. Some good energy from them. They're in front at 18 points to 6. What a turnaround from their last couple of games. Conceded 98 points scored against them. So here we go. They shoot it back. Puts a little kick through. Skips. The siren's gone in the background. It's picked up by a Sharks player. A referee, Ryan Micallef. Well, he calls it. So that is half-time here in the round 3 clash of SG Ball, the Cronulla Sharks v Canberra, and tries to 3. And who would have thought last week the playing field, Westpac proudly backing the footy. So the Canberra Raiders, well, they've made their way back out onto the field, and they're in front, as we just said, 18 points to 6. 3 converted tries. Darmody, 3 from 3. And tries to Petrosevic, Tuiali, and Aliai. Manages to get himself one. And your referee, Ryan Micallef, the touchies, Ben Raymond, Leon Richardson. And Micallef calls game on. Can the Sharks come out with a bit more energy? Get themselves on the front foot early. So the Raiders, with the first settle through their captain, well, they decide to play it down the short side. Nice and safe there. He manages to stay in there. It's Tayatala, I should say. They're still on this left edge. They make their way back to the middle. Cacchiotti shoots it out to 5'8", Aliar. He finds a runner out there towards the centre. Tuiali, the earlier try scorer. Now they come back to the middle, around the ruck there. And Thomas Looney can't manage to find too many metres through there. So it's the fifth and last of the first set in this second half. Skip sends it to the sky. Plenty of hang time on that one too. Straight down the throat of the Sharks winger, and he'll bring it in there and take it straight to the centre. And here's a quick settle, straight out of dummy half from Stewart, and he manages to sneak a few good metres also. So it looks like Joseph Parcher's come on. He took that settle from the wing there, and the number 21 for the Sharks. He took that bomb, diffused it, and managed to get a touch early. So the Sharks now, they send it back over to the East Coast as they make their way back in. Just up to the halfway. Looks for options left and right, brings it back to the right. And there's a settle there, McCarthy. Captain, Dular boy. So this time Sate sends it up. And Paso, no pressure. Boom, straight down his throat. And he goes for a settle, puts a little hop, skip and a jump on there, but the Sharks are there to meet him. Some solid defence also there from Cooper Henne on debut. He's done his job. He's been involved in a few carries. Some nice defence. He's in Paso again. And he's coughed it cold. And he's had a little Bo Peep there. A little Captain Cook, as they would say. A little look. And he's coughed that up cold. So an opportunity here for the Sharks. So McCarthy again. He takes it to the centre. Saunders out of dummy half. Shoots it through. Simmons, he sends it across. Finds his, almost a high shot there on Gabriel. Yep, and it's been called. So, referee Mikulev, I think he might have got a call from a touch here, because sometimes as a ref, they get players in front of them. They don't actually see the contact until they slide across in the defensive line. I think he got a call from his touch here. Either way, they got the penalty, and rightly so. So they'll send it back, this time through Simmons. Saunders finds a little runner underneath. Looks like they're working for something. Henne there to his right. Sate sweeps around to the left. They shoot it out. Sate's inside, outside, but Simmons goes to ground with it. So Saunders into dummy half. This time back to Sate. Dummies, 1-2, goes to the line. Canberra defence up there to meet him. Saunders into dummy half again. Well, that's his job, isn't it? So here's Henne. He almost rolls over. Canberra Raiders, they ball him up. So he's only centimetres from his debut, and he sneaks over. But he's caught a double movement. I think he went through the defender. Well, that was unlucky for the Sharks. And their captain has gone into question that, Max McCarthy, and said, come on, ref. So you'll see there that he went down low, but he went through the markers, which you're not allowed to do from dummy half. You've got to go over untouched with them. The Canberra Raiders, well, they managed to have a good kick out of touch there and find themselves down here 10 metres out from the halfway. So the little hooker, he'll be better for that next time. I mean, the marker shot up real quick, to be honest with you. But here go Canberra right now. They're marching their way back down the field. They lead 18 points to 6. We're into the second half. The Sharks have got time on their side. They're really going to have to get some points. But right now, it's the Raiders in control for their captain, Romo. And Owen Romo goes to ground on the 30. They tend to go the short side, take it back to the middle. And here's another settle. This is Looney, Tom Looney. And he manages to scramble an extra couple of metres also with a couple of piggybacks on top. This time they shoot back to the left. Skips gets his hand on it, sweeps around. He finds Alia. He goes back the other way. Nothing doing there. Steps off 1-2. Breaks the tackle. Goes up the centre. Nearly finds his way through. The Sharks holding firm with their try line defence. So this time they shoot out a dummy half and a little pass off the side, and he gets there straight off a Cacchiotti pass, but he's hurled up. Hurled up. And I think that was Will Stewart again got under him. Well, I tell you what, he's put his body on the line a few times. If that was Stewart again, him in the number 12, he's put his body on the line. This time a little tap through. And it's been a fumble from the Sharks, so the Canberra Raiders will keep applying the pressure. But, geez, that was really close. I thought they got over there before. It's simple inside ball. So it's a goal line drop out now for the Sharks. It's been all the Raiders building pressure. The Sharks managed to roll them when they crossed over before. So that drop out, I don't know if it's really gone where it was supposed to. It's gone about 20 on the fly. Okay, it's gone 30 on the fly, but here's a nice bit of solid defence here from the Sharks. And he's muscled up there by Latu. Come back to the centre. And he's muscled up that time by Piatu. Raiders now. They go to Skips. He's been involved in everything. The general sending them all around the paddock here. Muscled up again. This time by Latu. Little scoot out of dummy half. This time from Cacchiotti. He looks for something. He's only a few metres out. He goes to get the quick play the ball. He sends it out. Alia takes it, sends it. And what about the flick pass? What about the flick pass from Skips and sends over the Raiders to score? That'll send them 22 to the Sharks 6 with a kick to come. What about the flick pass? Talk about eyes up footy. Cacchiotti took it to the line, went for the quick play the ball, and Skips, a little general, he's been involved in everything. Made his way off the right. So went from the 5'8" to Skips, and what about that little flick pass? And the number 4 goes over for his second try. Tuiali, Atini Tuiali. So a chance now for Canberra to really send it a message at 22 points to 6 with a conversion. Make it 24 from BJ Darmody. Well, he's 3 from 3. So it looks like a crowd favourite coming on. Matthias Tomalu Ayakoya. The big unit from 20. Oh, can't wait to see him come charging through. See how he goes from this next set of 6. Well, it's been all the Raiders. What a turnaround. And Darmody says thank you. So it's 24 to the Raiders. The Sharks 6. They really need to start answering some of these points.
Yeah, BJ Darmody has the extras. The score is 24 points to 6. 26 minutes remaining in the second half.
So, as you might have just heard the announcer say, we've got about 25 minutes remaining in the second half. That's all the Raiders. So, Williams starts us off. We've just had a couple of fresh legs come on too for the Raiders. Keen to see this number 20, Matthias. Sounds like the family's come along to enjoy his game today. So the Raiders, they'll march back down the field. 24 points to 6. And looking in control. Here he is now with his first touch. 1, 2. Just like a wrecking ball, he takes it up 10 metres shy of the halfway. A little dart out of dummy half. And he manages to get himself into space. Nice little flick pass from the hooker. And he finds he's running there and they go over again, Canberra. Well, it's starting to get a little bit embarrassing. And the number 1 goes over. BJ Darmody. And it's all Canberra Raiders right now at 28 points to 6. Well, you can thank that from the first little run from, dare I say it, Matthias Tomalu Akoya, and he got up and got the quick play the ball. And of course, I think it was Cacchiotti just shot out a dummy half real quick. And he caught them all napping. There was no workers, no markers doing their job, and he just gave a little flick pass, and great backup work there from Darmody. Rewards himself with a try. Now his points are starting to get right up there, Darmody. 28 points to 6. With a kick to come. So he's 4 from 4. This will be 5 from 5. And he's got points. I dare say, looking at how he's gone today, last week he kicked 1 from 4. 1 from 4 last week, Darmody, and I didn't watch the replay. I just had a look at the stats. So I don't know where they were located. But, geez, he's on song today. A chance to send it to 30. Well, the Sharks, well, they're in that big hugging huddle again. They're looking for something. So Darmody puts that one over. He gets the try, and he's 5 from 5. It's 30 to the Raiders. The Sharks 6, and I said it before, and I'll say it again, and Peter Maripodi, he'll be happy with his turnaround, because they've had 2 losses on the trot, conceded nearly 100 points, and they've turned up here today. The Sharks are 1 from 2. And the Sharks were 10th coming into this. Raiders were stone motherless. Here he goes again, the wrecking ball. He makes his way up to the 30, and the new energy again off the back of that try for the Raiders. Look at this nice run. Barging, storming, getting a few extras. And he gets a little don't argue from the Sharks as well. So Williams here trying to turn it around a bit with a little bit of a solid defence. And the number 11 there, Tioa Tala, he's unfortunately coughed it up for the Raiders. So the pressure's off, and the chance here for the Sharks to get themselves back into this game. But I tell you what, since Matthias Tomulu Ayakoya, and that's a 3-name hyphen, in the number 20's come on, he's created some good runs off the back of his charging runs. And that's all he's got to do, is his job, go forward. So here we go, Sharks a little scrum move here, little sweeper comes around, and looks like Stewart tries to inject off a safe pass from that scrum. And the Raiders are a little bit aware of that one. So he gets put to ground. This time they go inside. They come under again. There's a lot of this under-over ball, isn't it? So Luku from Aquinas finds a runner there through the number 11. This time they'll send it to the left. One off the ruck. Simple catch and pass and run to the hole. And that seems to work for him. And this time McCarthy, the captain, he almost finds himself into some space. So they shoot it out of dummy half. Luca is now going to dummy half. They'll come back the other way from Stewart. Back to the captain, McCarthy. He's in front there. And Daniel Luca from Aquinas has found himself in a dummy half role here in the round 3 clash. This time he sends another fresh set of legs on there. Palms one off, palms 2 and goes over. What a great try from Sione Latu. And Latu goes over, and finally the Sharks are back on the board at 30 points to 10. Well, he just wanted it, didn't he? And I think you can thank Stewart for his quick run and a quick play of the ball. They managed to get a little bit of momentum off the back of that. So Latu, he gets himself a try. Wanted it, didn't he? So the Sharks, they know the urgency, so Sape pops that one over early. 30 points to 12. Can the Sharks come back? They got time on their side. So there's still 20 minutes remaining here in the second half. And let's hope that the Raiders don't Bundy off. I'm sure they'll be sending a message out through the trainers. The coach will be sending the message out. Do not Bundy off. 30 points to 12. But the Sharks, they needed to do that. Get themselves back into this game because it's been all the Raiders. So to start us off now, Darmody, assume he'll send it deep. And he does. And Stewart lets that one go past him and turns around. It was a bit of a tricky one. And here we go with the try scorer. Another big barging run from Sione Latu. Well, he's got a little bit of new energy after getting that points for his team, hasn't he? He's a big unit, come from Land of the Giants too. The Sharks go to the eastern touchline there, make their way to the east coast of Cronulla, towards the grandstand. A little bit of rubbish in the play of the ball, but finally they get play back and momentum. And here's a nice run too. This is Gray. He's been solid. Just need to see more of him around the middle, I reckon. So we can make those meters. They can jump and get him off the back of that. So that's Sate. The half. He's been involved in everything. He goes to ground. This time, nice barging run. Left off the ruck. And Challoner, the DLR boy, goes to ground there. Now they'll go left to the ruck again to that east coast. They'll come back under. Oh, solid shot. Matthias Tumala'akau. And look at this. There's a bit of push and shove. And it's on for young and old here. A little bit of push and shove. They're not happy about it. And a little bit of steam in the kitchen right now. The referee Mikulev trying to calm things down a bit. Well, it's just a solid hit. So Mikulev has called someone out, I think, for running in. But Matthias Tamali Akoi, and I'm sorry for the pronunciation, it's a big one. It's got about 24 letters and 3 hyphens, and I made the mistake of not talking to someone down in the sheds earlier to get the correct pronunciation. He was a late entry into the team, and I've been impressed with the kid. Like I said, he's been like a wrecking ball. He's just come in there. We've seen plenty of good carries from him, and this time he's come in and defended. So let's see what the refs are saying. And they're just having a little conference there. The touchies are in. A little bit of a chat to the captain. There's nothing in it, and Mikulev has just let a little bit of steam out of the pressure cooker right there. By taking a little bit of time to let everyone cool off a bit. So, I don't know what they saw in that. I just thought it was just a great solid hit by Matthias Tomalu Akoi, who's come on for the Raiders in the number 20, and he's had a couple of good carries. He just ran in and nailed someone, and the crowd loved it, but the players didn't. Anyway, we've moved on from that, so it's a scrum now for the Raiders ball. After all that conference and drama and meeting, we're just going to have a scrum and let's play on with some footy. Good call, referee Mikulev. So now, here they go, short side again, and Paso takes it. He manages to get up 10 shy. So this time, little dummy at a dummy half, goes to short side again. Arlier looking for runners. He's good around there. He's playing in the dummy half role at the moment. So this time he goes out, and Cacchiotti says, let me in there, I'm the dummy. I want to do my job. He sends it out, to the number 10, and geez, another solid hit coming there from the Cora Williams, and he absolutely nailed his ribs of Samuel Hine. So here they go again. He runs behind the player and says, I'll have to give that one up. And Ethan Alea is trying to do what he can, but mate, it looks like the Sharks' defence has gone up a notch here since that earlier little push and shove. And there's nothing wrong with that. So he skips, and he skips his way to the about 10 metres out of the try line there for the Sharks. Darts out a dummy half, Cacchiotti, and they send it across. And this is the 5th and last now for the Raiders. What do they go for? Build pressure, send it deep, go for the try. They're going to go for the kick. Skips gets his hand on it, taps one through, and Sharks are there to defuse that one. And he's cleaned up by Alea, the half. And the Sharks managed to hold on to it there. The Canberra Raiders shooting up in defence, trying to force the error while they're down here. So about 15 minutes remaining in this second half. And there's a penalty there, which will get them right out of their danger zone at 30 points to 12. It's the Canberra Raiders in front. The Sharks in possession, as you can see. They've just got themselves a nice penalty to get themselves another 20 metres out of there. Another touchy will hold the mark for him. Mikulev brings the defensive line back. Quick tap here. The Sharks this time take it up to the halfway. Need some energy. Some more points could be the difference here. Here's Aurelio. Aurelio gets a little bit of a low ball, but he manages to hold on to it and get him over the halfway. So, dummy half goes in there. That's Luca. He finds a runner. He's got options left and right. This time he comes to the right. Sate gets his hands on it. He finds a runner. And that's Jasper Catton. And he's been involved a bit too since he came on. Young Jasper Catton. So now here they go to the left. Sate sends it. This time, Simmons. This time they go wide. They find Gabriel out there. And he'll go to ground about 10 metres out on the eastern touchline. So they'll send it back for the fifth and last. This time they send it to the sky through Simmons. And there's no one there unmarked. Have a look at this. Nakora Williams says, thanks for the gimme. And he just falls over with a simple catch from the great kick of Simmons. And the Sharks are in 30 points to 16. Finally getting some wind in their sail.
Score 30 points to 16. The kick to come to the Sharks.
So Williams, well, he kicked Chase and Canberra. They're all standing there looking at it. They didn't even go in and charge it. And then they realise, uh-oh, that's a blue jersey coming in there. Lovely kick, bang, and then straight over. And didn't he celebrate it? Loved it. So a chance here now for Sate to convert this one. And that'll send it 30 to 18. A little bit of work to do, but they've still got time on their side. The Sharks. And Canberra just falling into one of those little quiet traps, you know, he just sort of bundy off. The Sharks, so Sate puts that one over. It's the Canberra Raiders 30, the Sharks 18.
Conversion successful to number 7, Bryce Sate. The score 30 points to 18 to Canberra Raiders.
Sate so far, 3 tries and 3 conversions to him. He's got 3 from 3. A chance to get themselves back into this ground. So they're just going to have a quick drinks break. And let me tell you, Club Rugby League is back. You can get back to playing unreal footy with real mates. And with club tackle or tag options available, there's something for everyone. Just head to playrugbyleague.com to sign up. That's playrugbyleague.com. And, of course, the local junior league will be starting across a lot of the greater Sydney area and probably some of the other areas across Australia, wherever you're watching the broadcast. And they usually start their pre-season. I've seen a few of the A-grade teams already having a bit of a run. But normally about April the comps kick off, so they're into pre-season now and into March. And you can play tag, footy now. The girls can play tag or tackle. Men's over 35s. Oh, come on, how about some of my mates thinking they're going all right, 40 plus. And they're in the over 35s thinking they're going all right. One of your best. But that's a beauty of this New South Wales Blues tags. They've got the over 35s men's competition, and it's proving pretty popular from a couple of blokes who reckon they're all right on the chip and chase back in the day. So Darmody to start us off. Canberra in front, 30 to 18. Can they hold on and not Bundy off with about 12 minutes remaining? Sharks get some more points here. It'll be game on, leading in the back end of this second half. Or have they let too many tries through early? We'll find out. Here's Aurelio, been good since he came back on. And it's funny, I saw his sisters down there. Well, it's not funny, it's nice. His sisters down there working the sidelines. They work for the New South Wales Rugby League, doing the interchange down there. And here he is with another good run. In fact, his sister Emily's watching him as he gets up and plays it. But it's the Sharks right now making their way up into the centre here, this time through Challoner. He gets the quick play the ball, and there's a new bit of renewed energy here. Sate sends it up. fullback. Darmody has a look and tackled mid-air. Of course, you're not allowed to do that. And a penalty, rightly so. I think that was Williams because he's such a competitor. There's plenty of talk early. It's Nakora Williams. And of course, his dad, Jason, plays on the wing at Bulldogs. Jason Williams. And the Canberra Raiders are the benefit of a penalty he's just given away. So he manages to make a few metres out of that one. It looks like the Raiders have put some fresh legs on also. So this is Su'a. Just had a settle there. Cacchiotti, he's been good. Those three around the rack. Cacchiotti skips a layer. They've been creating all sorts of drama there. But look at that. First off the ruck, that time was Samuel Hine, the number 10. And he finds a runner. And they managed to get some metres and he still goes on with it. And he's got another 2. Add another 2 to that. He said, I'll raise your 5 while I'm there. So a quick play the ball now. And he goes Cacchiotti out of dummy half. He sends it to the earlier, the 5/8. But again, their execution on that block play. Someone managed to get in the way, so he had to go to ground there. Toyotala. Now they'll come back through skips. Noah Wood. He manages to get him 15 out in front of the sticks. So Canberra looking to answer these last points with a cutout pass. Was there a Cronulla hand in that? We'll find out in a second. So referee Micklef says no. Forward pass, gone to ground. Whatever you want to call it. So it's the Sharks ball and a let off there from that raid from the Raiders. The Sharks trailing 30-18. We've got just under 10 minutes remaining. Make their way centre field. This time through Gabriel. Haven't really seen him in the space today. Had an absolute blinder in round 1. 3 tries. He's scoring them from everywhere. But good tries. So the Sharks now, almost up to the halfway. Sate says, let's get it out of here. Darmody says, well, I'm here waiting for it. And Paso wraps around him, says, give me a run. Let me make some metres early. And bang, bashes Sate straight out of the way like a pinball. Raiders up the middle now, this time again. Malaya, he's been involved in everything. Now, their dummy half and their halves combination have been really impressive today. And then, of course, Darmody's capitalised on that, the fullback. So, we've still got a few minutes to go. We're in the final 10 countdown, the final 10 minutes. And the Raiders marching their way back down the field again, looking for some great attacking position. This time, this is the captain, Ormo, sends it out. And Cacchiotti gets it to his half skips, and he decides to go the left foot kick, and then Paso flicks it back over the top. And the Sharks are there to pick up the leftovers through Williams. Williams goes back inside and he'll be taking the ground on the 10 metre. They try to wrestle the ball out of him, but now there's 2 in the tackle, so they won't be raking that out of there. So another let off for the Sharks. And there's a ball that's gone to ground. Lucky it went backwards. Oh, they're at 6s and 7s. Jeez, talk about disorganised. Jeez, I'm sure their coach Dave Howlett will be asking some questions at training after his video review. So the Sharks now looking for something. They trail 30 points to 18. We've probably got about 8 minutes remaining. So there's a chance here for them to get some points, but certainly haven't been able to lift the energy or the intensity after the last sort of points they put on. So that's the 5th and last. And there's a silly mistake. So he's not happy. And he's got plenty to say about it. Tuiali, and they've gone for the quick tap. Sharks have gone, let's just go on with it. Quick set of 6, got a bit of momentum. And the captain, Max McCarthy from Dular, says, give it to me, and let's just keep going forward here with a bit of leadership. So they send it out of dummy half now. This time another settle, he comes under. It's Farrell Gray. Got himself a try last week, 2 in round 1. And there's an error. Just as I was giving the bloke a rap too. So unfortunately, there's been an error in the dummy half there. I don't know, referee Micklef saw that one, or he got the call from the touchy, but either way, Coach Dave Howlett won't be happy with that one. So the Raiders defeat the scrum. And they're about 15 shy of the halfway in their own half. And they're in front at 30 points to 18. And by the look of it, they're in no rush to get to the scrum. No time off. And on the right side of the scoreboard. So this time they'll come to the western touchline, just in front of all the officials and the reserve and the interchange bench there. Alea sends it out, been playing in that dummy half role. So Cacciotti's been taken off or they're working on something. This time they come to that left edge, they're just building and building. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? So Cacciotti's gone into the first receiver role this time. He gets it across to his half skip. And then he finds a runner. And I think that's Samuel Hine there. He goes to ground. And when he's just the other side of the 40-metre mark. So they're on the 30. And a chance now, the Raiders. That's the fifth and last. What do they come up with on this attacking raid? So they get it to Skip. He goes, well, let's put this little one through. But bang, well diffused by Stewart. Well read by Stewart. Finds a little bit of space. Comes around and gets Arnaud with a quick tackle around the legs there. Up on the 30. So he diffused that one. And the Sharks trying to get a little bit of a roll on through a couple of backs. This is Gabriel this time. So they're just shy of the 10-metre mark of the halfway. But a little bit of confusion there. And Luca, who come off the interchange, he's thrown a pass and it's turned into mincemeat. It's gone to ground. Something happened there. Defence was up in their pass. He kind of hesitated as he came out of dummy half and then decided to go to the left edge. And number 21, Joseph Parch, who's on there, unable to take that. So another error from the Sharks. There's been a lot of them today, dare I say it. So the Raiders are in no rush to feed this scrum as they get into the final 5 minutes. The second half, 98 points against them in 2 weeks, and they've come here today and they're leading 30 points to 18 with 5 minutes to go. So this time they work their way to that western edge again, almost through the defence of the Sharks. But he just managed to go around his boots there, Daniel Luca. Now they'll come to the right, bounces off one, goes into another, and Noel Wood. He was good early in the first half, has another good carry. I'd love to see his metres. So Caccioti in there. This time they send it right. Skips gets his hand on it, but unfortunately it's gone to ground. And Tuiali, the try scorer earlier, unable to get his hands on that one. Tuiali got himself a double. So quick tap by the Sharks. Canberra. They seem to think that the game might be over. There's a couple of blokes bundied off out there. They've got to work. I know it's still stinking hot. That thundery never turned up. There was plenty of threats at one stage. 75% chance it was going to hit us during this game. So now the sun's actually stinking hot, nice and steamy as the Sharks on the attack. They've only got a few minutes remaining. They've got to get some points now at 30 points to 18. They've just got a little bit of an injury here. That's not good. He manages to get himself up gingerly. Simmons. Challoner. He doesn't go anywhere, and that's gone forward. There's the mistake. And, of course, he puts a couple of left hooks into the grass because he knows how important it was to hold on to that ball, that last sit there. So I think the Sharks, their own enemy here today. A lot of unforced errors. And referee Mickle has decided to call time out. And I can tell you there's only a couple of minutes remaining. So they'll all get a bit of a breather and some fresh oxygen into their lungs. Canberra to feed the scrum. In our round 3 clash, the 10th place Sharks over the 16th bottom of the ladder Raiders. They might pull off a big upset here today. So there's Williams again. And he's managed to get a penalty this time in attack. So Ethan Alea, he's got up and he's given away a penalty in attack. So the Sharks know the urgency of this. We're into the final couple of minutes. Can they get some points on the board? Send it 30 to 24. Well, that'll make it a game with a minute to go, won't it? And here they go now. Let's hope time doesn't run out for them. And they're 30 metres, 20 metres out now, just left of the upright. They'll send it to that eastern coastline. This time they'll come back under. Gabriel will go to ground. This time 12 metres out. Luca in the dummy half. This time they shoot it to the right, gets his hands on it. Challoner shoots it across. Oh, no look pass, goes to ground, and then Passo's come up with it for the Raiders. So their last attempt there to throw that hasn't paid off. No look pass. The pass was okay, it was the one after. It just went to ground, didn't hit target, and Paso just said, thanks, here he goes, having another run now. So the Raiders, they'll just keep marching down the field, this time through Chapman, Sam Chapman. Oh, some solid defence towards the end of the game there. That was Cacchiotti, I think, the number 9. He's been playing in the first receiver the latter part of this half. I beg your pardon, it was Bailey Nash. So there's a high ball, and straight down the throat of the Sharks winger, Richard Whalebone. He managed to get himself a try earlier, and he's finally got another touch. It's been all the Raiders in this second half, but here goes the Sharks now with a little bit of a raid down this left edge. Oh, I thought I saw a drop ball there, and he did. So unfortunately, Joseph Parch, I think that's two touches. He's had a little bit of a cough up out of three times that he's had it. So he'll be a little bit disappointed in himself. And the Raiders, in the final minute of the game, there's a player down, and he's in a world of pain in the background for the Raiders. It's not on your screen at the moment. And referee Mikulov's just given him a bit of a breather anyway. They've signalled to the ref for time off, and it looks like a knee, and it's their half. Oh, geez, Skips, Kean Skips, he's been good. Kean Skips, you don't want to lose him. That combination today between him and Alaya, Cacchiotti, it's been outstanding. Darmody at the back. So the good thing is he's up and he's heading towards the scrum. So hopefully it's nothing too major. He's in a world of pain early. You know, a bit of adrenaline. The heat's still going. We're getting through the rest of this game. So less than a minute remaining. It's the Raiders in front at 30 points to 18. This time they'll come to the western edge. So they're about 30 out. Great game in the Harold Mats. The Sharks getting up with only a minute remaining at 19 points to 18, a field goal. The difference of this time, the Raiders go down this left edge, they roll over, and don't tell me he's just fallen down on the line, and he has. Well, that just sums up the Sharks here today. Those little 1%ers, and the Raiders have gone in and just put the nail in the coffin at 34 points to 18, and I expect the siren will go very soon. The Canberra Raiders with a kick to come, really made a statement here today, and well done to the coach, Peter Maripodi, and the team. They've been the better team to turn around almost 100 points in 2 games and to come here today and steal it from the Sharks. They just went down that short side, and again it was off an earlier pass. He's just been involved in everything, and the number 11, Toyotala, he manages to get himself a try, and he's been solid too. Lots of carries, plenty of touches throughout the day, and he's got himself one also. That's his second try today. So a chance here for Darmody to be 100%. He's 5 from 5. Chance to go 6 from 6. How much you reckon? Are we odds on? Are we on, Pete? Great vision there from Peter, our cameraman. And you heard it. Siren in the background. BJ Darmody. 22 out. A metre in. Western touchline. With our iconic sand hills in the background. And he sends it right of the upright. And unfortunately, that means he was 5 from 6, but I'm sure the coach will be pretty happy with the final score. The Canberra Raiders going out victors here today. An absolute upset. Bottom place, 16th place. It's been an absolute turnaround here today. 34 points to 18. The 10th place Sharks got a little bit of soul searching to do during the week. And double tries to Toya Tyler. And also tries early in the first half to Petrosevic and Alia, who was great for them in the number 6. Skips was good for him in 7, and Cacchiotti in the number 9. We hope you've enjoyed the New South Wales Rugby League TV broadcast. We look forward to seeing you again real soon next weekend. And remember, 250 games streamed live and exclusive. Until then, it's goodbye, and we'll see you next time.